so old. I remember this album when it came out. And I was probably the only smart aleck around saying, you shouldn't show that, you know, because that's a baby. I'm Mecha. Hopefully I've gotten a little better. A little better. I mean, I do have the American flag here only to trigger people who are offended by it. And if that tells you what side I'm on, I have no idea. Could you tell me? Because I am hated by all sides. I had somebody ask me that. They're like, is she one of them? I don't know. Which one is that? I think I'm one of those people who, to be perfectly honest, I was too much of a hipster for Nirvana. I was listening to Guar and better things by then. I was listening to better music back then because I was way too old for my age. I was kind of a smart aleck, and I didn't like music that was overplayed on the radio. But I do remember this quite well. I remember everything about this, and I will tell you a thing or two about it. I can show you this one because this is the blurred one, isn't it? Yes, I can. Boston, the baby on the cover of the Nirvana album, is filing a lawsuit for saying, hey, you used my image in a way that they had to blur in a bad way because I was underage. Stop that. You're bad people and you should feel bad, even though I spent my entire life taking pictures, bragging about being that kid, and we got paid-ish for it. I think they got paid for it, didn't they? Let's talk about it. Let's get into the article. All right, so they did censor it. Goody, goody, goody. Goody two-shoes. The baby on the this is recent. This is the biggest news of the day. The naked baby, who's featured on the cover of Nirvana's iconic Nevermind album, is reportedly suing the rock band for profiting off of his I can't even say that. Well, you can read it. I don't like that I have to censor myself on YouTube. I don't like that I have to worry and be concerned, especially when this is like actual news that I actually want to talk about from a band I actually remember. And as anybody knows who is a fan of Nirvana, once they signed to Geffen Records, they sold out anyway. I mean, this is a band where their hardcore fan base that they preferred and catered to were the fans who were out there finding the weird, obscure B-sides when they were still on Sub Pop, right? Those were the fans that they and that was pretty much Nirvana at their kind of best and worst. It was the mumble scream era. Pretty much every song was a mumble scream. And my favorites were always when they were covering like Lead Belly. And the one song they had on the No Alternatives soundtrack, it wasn't a soundtrack, it was a compilation. It was, I think, for Spin Magazine. Rob, who was No Alternative for? Wasn't it, was it for Spin Magazine? It was a song called Sappy, and I don't think I even knew what the name of that song was until like 30 or 40 years later. Nevermind and Blood Sugar Sex Magic were the most overplayed albums that year. Yes, they were. Oh Lord, it's the 90s. Moral panic all over again. Yeah. We're bringing back the morality squad again, are we? This is what it feels like. Here's where I get bouncy. Because this is the same fight I've been fighting forever and ever and ever now. And so now he has a problem with it. Now, I was the only smartass saying it back then. I was the only person like, oh my God, you shouldn't show that naked baby butt commercials for the like, and I was doing it to be a smartass. I was doing it as like a Titanium McGrath sort of thing. You know, the fake satire, fake SJW thing. I was one of those people then. And I'm still one of those people now. I love mocking this shit because, but no. Do you think, I don't think, nobody looked at the cover of that and said that. They saw it for what it is. Here, we're training them at birth to swim after and chase the almighty dollar. And that's what the symbol was for. It wasn't anything to, should they cropped it a little better? Probably. They probably should have. We didn't need to see it. But, then again, you don't think of people that age, and like normal people don't. Normal people just say, hey, it's a baby swimming for $1. And it was one of the top most, one of the most, I guess, influential album covers of the time. It was more memorable. It was one of the more memorable ones. Lawsuit filed by Spencer Eldon claims his legal guardians didn't consent to the photo, and that it was the band made a promise to cover his his area with a sticker, but they never did on the album artwork that was released. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. You would get the parental advisory explicit thing right there over to cover. I do remember that because I bought it on cassette, and that was about the time when they had that, and they were starting to do that because of the PMRC. That was kind of the compromise. Instead of censoring everything, in the early 90s, they were starting to put the little warning label on it. And you would have to like either be with your parent or show ID in some cases, depending on what was on the album. Now, especially on the Walmart version, if you buy at Walmart, they were censoring out like the words and everything too. They were kind of selling you the radio edit. Lawsuit filed, yeah. But he actually did get paid. I read somewhere. Does it report that in here? Oh, it doesn't state that. All right, I'll open the link on TMZ, but I'm going to hide the article for fear of flaggings. Okay, it's censored. Yeah, we can show it. Baby is all grown up now, and now he's suing. Yay. Nirvana art exploited me. Help, help, I'm being exploited. Is that like being victimized?
Don't see the violence is inherent in the system. Help, help, I'm being victimized.
That's not going to be funny to anybody who didn't see my typo on a tweet. But I love how, they got a sad Kurt Cobain face. He always had that little sad face, and that's why all the girls thought he was so cute and dreamy, even though he was like one of the least talented of all the whole grunge scene. I'm like, seriously, there were so many better, more talented musicians that had, anywho. He exploited me when I was a baby to sell their music, but there's a person behind every image, and I'm just asking the band to do what they should have done 30 years ago and redact the area that you don't want to see anyway from the image out of respect for my privacy. He adds, if the world could forget about it, then maybe I could forget about it too. But he's been the one going around taking pictures of this. He's recreated it. This dude has like recreated it a few times. So are you really that upset? I don't know. He's suing the band, calling it, yeah, just for way worse. Not only did nobody think of it that way at the time, but you're kind of like, how many times have you, in the past you said it's cool. When did that change? Just a few months ago when I was reaching out to Nirvana to see if they wanted to be a part of my art show, I was getting referred to their managers and their lawyers. Why am I on their cover if I'm not that big of a deal? Why am I still on their cover? Oh, okay, so he's butthurt that they're ignoring him. All right, that's what it looks like. I mean, because he has... Oh, somebody sent him Beck's loser. That's a good one. He wants them each to cough up 150K. Anyway, I'm going back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!